Coca-Cola 600 is underway.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Race Recap. Let's get right into the 14th race of the season that brought us to Charlotte on this special Memorial Day weekend where we remember the soldiers that we lost. Today's race certainly did not disappoint. Let's get right into this thing. The front row to start today's race was Denny Hamlin and Kurt Busch. With Denny Hamlin getting a great jump on the start of the race, however, Kurt Busch's brother Kyle was in third place, charging hard to the front, making the pass for the lead on lap 9. As we had our first caution of the day due to incident on lap 17, Chris Buescher in the 17 car making contact with Ryan Preece in the 15 as they both spun out, bringing out the first caution of the day. As you will see throughout this recap, there was many more where that came from, as I think we had 20-some cautions throughout today's race. With everybody coming down pit road under this first caution to make some adjustments to their cars and put on 4 fresh Goodyear tires. With Kyle Busch retaking the lead on the restart, as we saw some great 3-wide racing behind him. With Kyle Busch dominating the early portion of the race, that is until we had another caution come out on lap 33. This time the 77 car of Josh Berlicki spun out, bringing out the caution. As we saw Kyle Busch and Bubba Wallace door-to-door on the restart, battling for that race lead for the next few laps. Kyle Busch able to hold on to the lead for the time being. However, that was short-lived as we saw Daniel Suarez charge his way up through the field, battling for that race lead. Kyle Busch not able to hold on to his race car, spinning out as he was fighting hard for the lead, allowing Daniel Suarez to take the lead. As we saw another caution come out, it was just wild in stage 1 as it just seemed like it was caution after caution after caution. This thing could never really get going. As we went back to green flag racing right at the halfway point of stage 1, as we had Daniel Suarez and Denny Hamlin lead the field back to green. With Daniel Suarez getting a great jump on the restart, as we saw some great side-by-side action throughout the field. Shortly after the restart, we had another quick caution come out, this time the 7 car of Corey LaJoie spinning out, bringing out the caution. With Chase Elliott, your new race leader after the restart, everybody trying to position themselves to get those valuable stage points as we were coming to the close of stage 1. However, as we jump right to 10 laps left to go in stage 1, Chase Elliott looked somewhat untouchable, leading the last 10 laps of stage 1, picking up the stage win rather easily, holding off the very fast Tyler Reddick. After a pretty crazy stage 1, stage 2 kicked off with Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell leading the field to green. With Chase Elliott getting a great push from Ross Chastain on the restart, allowing Ross Chastain to fall in the second as the two battled for the lead early in stage 2. With Ross Chastain getting a great run on the outside, making the pass for the lead on lap 11 of stage 2. With Ross Chastain still leading, we saw the 23 car of Bubba Wallace spin out on lap 27 of stage 2, bringing out the caution. As it was kind of a cat and mouse early in stage 2, as Chase Elliott retook the lead on the restart this time, with Ross Chastain still hot on his heels. As of course, right when we started getting somewhat of a long run, another caution came out. This time, the 2 car of Austin Cindric spinning out, bringing out the caution on lap 54 of stage 2. With some cars deciding to come down pit road under this last caution, others deciding to stay out, the restart was pretty crazy. With Chase Elliott quickly passing the cars on old tires on the restart, retaking the lead, passing them like they were standing still. As the older tire strategy did not work out for Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney, as they had issues later in the run in stage 2, with Kyle Larson spinning out, bringing out a caution with 34 laps left to go in the stage. Man, did Kyle Larson have a rough day early, as it just did not seem like he could get on track, as he had multiple pit road issues and his car caught on fire at one point, somehow still able to continue in this thing. Unfortunately for Chase Elliott, he spun out shortly after we went back to green flag racing, hitting the wall hard, bending his toe link, ending his day for the race win. And as I say, week after week, cautions breed cautions, and that is exactly what happened, as the 12 car, who was on older tires, could not get going on the restart, creating a stack up behind him, multiple cars involved in the wreck. With Daniel Suarez somehow able to outlast the chaos, holding on to get the stage 2 victory, his 3rd stage win of his career. As before we hit the start of stage 3, we had a very heartwarming moment as all the cars came down pit road, as we had a moment of silence on this Memorial Day weekend to remember and honor the fallen heroes in the armed services. With Martin Truex and Joey Logano leading the field to green to start stage 3, we saw the teammates at Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez, make short work of the top 2, with Daniel Suarez taking the lead and Ross Chastain falling behind in second, as we saw great side-by-side racing throughout the field. Jumping right to the halfway point of stage 3, it was basically the Ross Chastain show, as he basically led every single lap until his teammate Daniel Suarez was once again able to run him down to take the race lead. Right before we got ready to make our first green flag pit stops of the day, wouldn't you know it, another caution came out. This time the 16 car of Noah Gragson spinning out, bringing out the caution. As we saw absolute chaos on the restart, with Ross Chastain somehow able to hang on to the lead, as we saw intense bumping and banging going on throughout the field, with everybody wanting to win this race at Charlotte, as it is one of the most famous races in NASCAR. Heading right into the closing laps of stage 3, we saw Ross Chastain still out front with a new second place car, Chase Briscoe, trying to run him down. The watermelon man Ross Chastain could not be touched in stage 3, winning the stage rather easily, as we strapped ourselves in for a wild fourth and final stage. With Tyler Reddick and Ross Chastain leading the field to green to start the fourth and final stage, Tyler Reddick using that clean air to his advantage as he was your new race leader. Unfortunately for Tyler Reddick, his time in the lead was short-lived, as we saw the two door-to-door once again for the race lead with 80 laps to go, with Ross Chastain making the pass for the lead once again with 77 laps to go in the race, with Kyle Larson running them both down, quickly making the pass on Tyler Reddick as he looked to get that top spot. As the bad luck just continued for Tyler Reddick, popping a left rear tire, bringing out the caution with 66 laps left to go in the race, with everybody making their way down pit road as they look to make this their final pit stop, as if we didn't know there was going to be another caution. And that's exactly what happened, as we had an absolutely chaotic restart with one of the wildest wrecks I've ever seen, with the 99 car of Daniel Suarez going around after making contact with the 14 car of Chase Briscoe. Unfortunately for the 17 car of Chris Buescher, he was also collected in the wreck, going on a wild ride through the grass. You will just have to see this thing to believe it, as it looked like he was just going to have a normal spin out through the grass, his suspension and tire coming apart, causing the tire to go underneath the race car, causing him to roll his race car about 8 times over. It was an absolutely wild wreck that saw the race go under red flag on lap 346. Finally back to green flag racing after that intense wreck, we saw Ross Chastain and Kyle Larson battling for that lead with 46 laps left to go. With Kyle Larson eventually making the pass for the lead, I'm going to get you guys right to the closing laps of the race as we hit 20 laps left to go. Chase Briscoe, your new second place car, only trailing the leader by 0.6 of a second, doing all he could to run Kyle Larson down. As the two were door-to-door with 5 laps left to go in the race, Chase Briscoe pushing his car too hard, spinning out as this thing went into overtime, as we had a green-white checker to decide the winner of this thing, with Austin Dillon making it 3 wide on the restart, coming all the way from 6th place, battling for the race lead. However, he could not make his slide job stick as he caused a huge wreck behind him, as we lined up everybody once again for one more final green-white checker, as we saw 2 teammates from the Joe Gibbs camp, Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin, battling for that race victory, with Denny Hamlin able to hold off his teammate Kyle Busch after Kyle Busch made a slight bobble, allowing Denny Hamlin to pick up the Coke 600 victory, his second race win of the season. Well, guys, that's it for a chaotic Charlotte race. Let me know what you thought about the race. Always like, comment, subscribe, and Matthew and I will see you Tuesday with a Monday Night Raw recap. Peace out.
Come on and fight.